So I'll save it for then.
Hey there, folks. I'm Zerfall.
Oh, hey, I'm BoboTheVulture.
Welcome back to Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I was just literally saying, as you may or may not have already heard, um, that Zerf was saying, oh yeah, we took care of that Earth's rot, which is true because I just I punched Lich 4 times and he just collapsed like a deck of cards. Um, but
Yeah, one of these guys are going to give us the recap, I bet, of what just happened.
no, I think they're all just going to tell you to revive the power of the orbs now. But yeah, they were saying that the Earth was rotting.
I'm a farmer.
I'm a farmer.
There
I
we go.
farm these dirt paths. Oh yeah, the Earth is beginning to revive. Nice.
Because this is the one town where the Earth had actually begun to rot.
Yeah, well, and the thing is, I remember, not word for word, but I remember pretty well the opening scroll of this game because I've seen it so many times over the course of my life. But it says the wind stops, the sea is wild, and the Earth begins to rot. And I always thought that all of that stuff was supposed to all be happening all at the same time because of the overall problem, the overall big issue in the game, not oh, each of these individual things is happening because of the different elementals. And it just, for whatever reason, never hooked up right in my head that oh yeah, the Earth beginning to rot is the work of Lich. The sea being wild theoretically will be the work of a different fiend, and the wind stopping will be the work of another fiend. However, I know we have 4 orbs, and one of them is lit up again. There's got to be 4 fiends, right?
Yes.
So that
So obviously something else bad has
us,
happened.
that didn't give us other elemental info. Oh yeah,
Whoops.
we've got other.
We got other things we need to do. We had to decide because we're on the outside looking in now.
Yeah, we can get back in if we want to, but we've already been wherever we want to go there.
And I think, if I recall properly,
Yeah.
that big blob at the bottom right that we thought we might want to investigate, I don't know that we can investigate it yet, based on some vague memories of requiring a canoe.
I think it requires a canoe to be able to get to the big bad. To get, you see those little pathways that sort of snake their way through there.
Yeah.
You need a canoe to navigate those. I don't know if you need a canoe to actually make landfall at sort of that larger, sort of green mass.
Well, let's head around there and see what happens. Oh, I got my controller in the wrong mode. Psh, play this with an analog.
No, this is the NES. We say like robots.
Does he have lit?
Oh
man, it's gonna get lit here.
That's right, it's getting lit up. Did you only use Lightning 1 or Lightning 2?
I used 2 because I'm hoping that it kills them all straight up.
Hoping it gets them all out, yeah. It should. Be able to get rid of these Sahags. Nice job, Zerf.
They've been terminated.
Oh, and when I said before that every time I saw the word terminated in this game, I thought of Linda Hamilton saying that line as she kills the Terminator in the movie Terminator. I'm specifically thinking of Linda Hamilton saying that line when she kills the Terminator in the movie The Terminator as edited for TV, because when I went back to listen to it to remind myself of exactly how it sounds versus how I thought about it in my mind as a child, she definitely uses a word at the end of the phrase "you're terminated" that they did not play on TV when I would have seen it on cable growing up.
Yeah, oh yeah, man. You guys have a network. It was called TNT at the time, I believe. A super channel.
Yeah, it's Dynamite. That's where they used to have Monday Nitro.
So they had the best edits of everything.
One of the Turner networks.
My favorite was watching Fargo in English class, where the teacher had clearly just recorded it off that channel. So it was the TV edit of Fargo. And the scene where, spoiler alert, I suppose, that...
oh, yeah. If you haven't seen Fargo, actually, you might want to. It's a pretty fun movie.
Yeah,
I mean,
pause
not
the video
fun,
now,
it's
go
not,
watch
like,
Fargo, and then come
uplifting.
back
Yeah,
and we'll
come
continue
back
this
and
conversation.
watch this.
But
You're back? Great.
yeah, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the movie. It's pretty good. Let us know in the comments what you'd give it out of a 10, where 7 is the best.
Did you think that was... let's have a discussion group. Did you think that would have been a good deal on that Oldsmobile Sierra? But yeah, the scene where I'm presuming it's the one that involves wood chipping?
No, it's actually the scene where he shoots the dad.
Oh, okay.
And he swears a lot in that scene. But, like, the censor was having fun with it. He's like, "You foolish man, look what you made me friggin' do! Fudge!" Like, every single time it was a different word. Can we get to this? Oh, we can get to this town. Maybe they have canoes for
big
sale.
crescent-shaped lake. Ooh, the giant. He's a monster Plu Fort.
But yeah, that was always my favorite thing. Although I do recall a couple times where they had, let's just pop it in real quick. They had a couple times where they censor. I don't know if they were live censoring things or the person just really wasn't paying attention when they were doing their job, and then whoever was supposed to check on what they do also wasn't paying attention. Yeah. But the Jeffersons had some colorful language in it that was considered less colorful back then. And
what kind of language are you talking about?
I'm talking about words that people of my descent are not supposed to use, but maybe everyone should start using it less. But they had this scene where one of them
anti-Canadian words,
where one of them says it, and then it was like the punchline, and then everybody laughs, but like the censor was off by like half a second or something. So like the joke still happens, and then the laugh track starts, and then they censor out the laugh track. Like, no, this isn't funny. Okay, continue with the show.
Don't laugh at him using the N-word.
Yeah.
And we're talking about the N-word, right?
Yes, we are.
Okay. See, that's the one that I guess I could have thought about being in the Jeffersons. But wait, what? You're in a black magic shop, right?
No, it's a W Magic.
It's
we got
W
Soft,
Magic, sorry.
Exit, Fog 2, and Invis 2. Invis is like defense.
Exit does what you think it does.
On a per level basis.
No, Exit will exit the dungeon. However, you can't learn it yet because it is only for wizard level people.
Ooh, fancy.
So you gotta wait till class change to get that one.
Okay.
Fog 2 will increase the party's absorb by 12. Inv 2 will increase the party's evade by 40. And Soft is a cure for stone.
Alright, so I think... let's grab these two defensive things. So we'll leave the last slot open for now. Although, can Zerf learn any of these spells? Or is he not powerful enough?
He can't learn any of these spells until after class change, but after class change, he can learn all of them except Soft. He can learn Exit, Fog 2, or Invis 2.
They're all just
now,
things.
On the black magic side of things, for level 6, you've got Lightning 3, you've got Quake, you've got Rub, and you've got Stun.
And I'm assuming Zerf can't learn anything there. I talked to one of them, and they're pretty much saying, "Yeah, baby, you can do it," like Tony Little,
or like Rob Schneider. Light warriors, you can do it.
So yeah, I'm assuming we can't actually learn any of that stuff yet.
Let me double check. Actually, the only black magic spell he can learn on level 6 is Lightning 3. You can't learn Quake, Rub, or Stun.
Ever.
Okay. You can learn it as a wizard. You can learn Lightning 3 as a wizard. You can't learn any of the other 3 ever.
Okay.
So Red Wizard basically can't learn any magic right now until after you guys get looking a little less cutesy.
Yep.
Which is too bad. I like the way these sprites look. These are the way that I feel like NES RPG sprites should look. That may just be the impact of Final Fantasy as a game, but like They should be just sort of roughly these proportions, these kind of chunky, chibi kind of looking dudes.
Well, and when they get to Final Fantasy II, I believe the fighter sprite is reused on that one.
Could be.
And people are down with it. Like they don't change into the more cool sprite later. They kept with this sort of style for the later NES games.
They kept with these styles.
All
I was
right,
about
so
to say it looks like we have mad cash, but then I remembered the equipment doesn't cost very much. It's the spells that are where they really get you. Of course, you can't learn any spells right now except whatever you've already taught the white mage.
So I've got a buckler shear instead of a silver. Is there anything that tells us if the buckler stuff is any better?
There probably is. I'm sure that there is somewhere out there. Yes.
I'm just gonna see if actually Zerf can equip any of this. Oh, he's not gonna be able to equip steel.
Fantasy armor list fac. Why you gotta be on IGN? Why can't you just be on GameFAQs? I don't want to be looking at this crap up at the top. Come on. Actually, GameFAQs now has a thing that goes on the top too, so. Alright, armor chart. Where that buckler at? Where it at? Buckler only has an absorb of 2 and no evade.
Alright, so
what are
let's
you
not bother
looking
with
at
it.
next to that?
Silver.
A silver shield. Silver shield has an absorb of 8. So it's way better. However, it can't be. The silver shield can only be used by fighter and fighter, the knight, and the ninja.
Oh.
That's weird.
All right, we're already tricked out in silver for everything else, so I guess. Do you know what? These.
Now the red wizard can use the red mage. I think can use a buckler if he wants.
Oh, he can. Interesting. Okay, so that may be why it's worth actually owning. I mean, I guess I'll hold on to those swords for now.
What does your inventory space look like right now?
That's not too bad.
Okay. Surely you wouldn't be going any place where you'd start to get items again.
Never.
No.
Armor. So, equip. Buckler. Yeah, that's gonna be bonuses because he didn't have anything in that slot. Alright, so we have a town that has 2 people in it. One tells us we can do it, and the other one is a man after my own heart. He says, Zzz.
He says, Zed.
So, this town really isn't helping with, Oh, wait, is there... Is this one of these towns?
Looks like there's, you could walk down, but you can't really.
Yeah, it looks like it's a...
There's
like a bunch of forests to the one side, but there's... Oh, wait, here we go.
Sneaky styles way that you can sneaky style out of here, though.
There we go.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man, there's a whole circle of them.
Shoot, son, it's the circle of sages.
No wonder why there was no one in town. They're all hanging out in the forest dancing.
We, the 12 sages, were led here, were lead here by the stars and prophecy.
I am Lucan. Now all legends and prophecy will be fulfilled. Our path has been decided. There is no free will.
You can tell this is a plot dump because there's so many different characters here to each give you one dialogue bubble.
We got the music.
Oh, nice. Great job vanquishing the Earth Fiend. Now the Fire Fiend wakes. With this canoe, go to the volcano and defeat that fiend also.
Hey, thanks.
By the way, fiends and, fiends are the bad guys we're fighting.
Maybe they expect us to go around this way instead.
Are they looking for us to go clockwise from 6?
Yeah. Oh, once the orbs shined with the power of earth, wind, fire, and water, then the 4 fiends seized those powers and formed a band.
Those 4 powers and heart. Earth, wind, fire, and water. The world is bound by these 4 powers.
Each element's powers focuses at its altar. Locate and crush the fiend. To make it shine, place the orb on the altar it guarded. Arr.
The 4 fiends are bent on the world's destruction. 200 years ago, the fiend of wind teamed with that of the water to destroy civilization.
Oh man, if only 2 of them took out all of civilization.
Final Fantasy has its own, canonical explanation for the concept of a biblical flood.
The Earth Fiend causes the rot of our land.
Oh, okay. The Fire Fiend will burn everything up!
As you restore the light to the orbs, we will reveal more secrets. Please see us repeatedly. This is the only place where there's enough NPCs to give you some plot.
Yeah. I wonder whether or not that's going to happen, or it's just going to be that gradually they all start to say, Warriors, revive the power of the orbs. Light warriors, only you can make the orbs shine again. It's already started.
Yep. I wonder if this guy here with the... quickly, before all is burnt, hurry to Volbano and stop the Fiend of Fire.
Wow, I never realized that it was called Gurgu Volcano.
Yeah.
400 years ago, we lost control of the wind. Oh, excuse me. 200 years later, we lost the water. Then earth and fire followed. The powers that bind this world are gone.
And they've already started not repeating themselves. I guess saying the same thing. Alright, so I guess it was just those 3 guys or had double ups.
Double ups.
Yeah, and imagine if we had come here before we bothered finishing with the Earth thing, the one guy that gave us the canoe would have been like, what are you doing here already? Go fight the Earth Fiend. What, you thought the vampire was the bad guy, you fool?
He's not causing the rot of the earth. I want to rot your earth.
So yeah, we got a sick canoe
sick
now.
Canoe. You could have some sick... You could get into some canoe fights with canoe monsters. Lucky Cobra. You're terminated. Oh.
The one thing I want to
yeah,
do
but that
real
one was
quick.
a nice clean edit because literally it was just, she says you're terminated and then they just immediately just cut.
Cut to the next scene.
Usually they'll beep, but they just cut to the next shot, which is her pressing the button on the hydraulic press. And I'm like, oh yeah, it totally is just like you just said you're terminated. And then that was all. But no, there's more to it. It honestly sounds, maybe it's just because I listened to it that way growing up. But to me, just saying you're terminated, just brief, sharp, to the point, and you immediately get to crushing this guy that you thought was going to kill you. Rather than just stop to give him the extra sick burn.
So there was an extra river over here. Oh man, these odd eyes. Okay, so this is interesting. I don't know how interesting it is, but so my sister, when we were younger, we used to play this game. My brother and I would take turns playing the game, and she would want to watch us. But then whenever the odd eyes came up, they really freaked her out for some reason.
They're creepy looking.
They're creepy looking. And she would run and tell Mom that we were playing a game that was creeping her out. And our mom would make us turn it off. But then, when we go to play again later, she'd be like, oh, you guys are playing, I want to watch. And we're like, no, we don't want you to watch. You're going to get creeped out by an odd eye and make Mom make us turn it off. No, I'm not going to do that. And then they'd show up and she'd be like, I'm scared. And she'd run off to Mom.
Was it specifically just the odd eye, or were there
Just
other
the odd
ones?
eyes.
This just takes us back to the Earth Cave area, right?
I don't know. I'm gonna check out my map. I think the way on the right here might be a back end something.
Oh, you're looking for a little backdoor access.
Whoops. You have to hold B and then press select.
That's right. That's what the brooms told us
Combos.
backwards.
Yeah, so that way is back to Elfland, but this
Oh,
way.
okay. This way might be the shortcut.
I don't know that it is. Oh,
Caribs? Caribe?
Caribe.
Are they like the caribou of the water?
Maybe
Do they
that's just the plural version of their name.
Did they make delightful caribou coffee? I mean, we don't have Tim's here, so I have to assume that caribou is as delightful as coffee gets.
Actually, Tim Hortons is notoriously bad at coffee now.
Oh, is that right?
Well, maybe not notoriously bad. They changed coffee suppliers when they got bought out by somebody at one point. And
Which is funny
people
because like America thinks of them as the evil corporate overlord that buys out things because they bought Burger King. And BK Joe, that used to be like their one of their signature things was like we've got better coffee in the morning time for when you're coming to get your morning meal. BK Joe is better than Mick Cafe. I don't know from coffee, so I can't really tell.
So from what I understand, the Tim Hortons coffee got worse, and then the people that used to supply Tim Hortons coffee started supplying McDonald's coffee in Canada. So the McDonald's coffee suddenly got way better.
There's still like I remember reading someplace, but there's still more Tim Hortons in Canada than there are like Starbucks or McDonald's or pretty much anything, right?
I think so. There are places like in Toronto where like there's multiple corners and there's Tim Hortons on each one.
Yeah. Starbucks is like that a lot here, but like literally back when I was in DC, the office that I worked at, well, they moved offices, but initially the office I was working at downtown was up against a square, and the square had like our building had a Starbucks at the bottom of it, and then on the like kitty corner meow to the other side of the square there was another Starbucks. So like if you didn't wanna walk all the way across the park, you could just get it here, or if you wanted a nice walk across this one block around the park, then you could go to the other Starbucks, get the other Starbucks. You looking for pure?
Yeah.
There you go. I think you're going all the way back
to
now.
something. Whoops.
Yeah, Caribou Coffee. I don't even know. I'm trying to remember now. I think it is Caribou Coffee. No, there's another one of those coffee chains now that used to make something that was not. There was like those like coffee adjacent frozen drinks that like have some sort of coffee flavor in them, but they are largely a million other things. Maybe it was Saxby's. Oh, that definitely looks like Volba now.
It does.
Do we have the dragon sword to break the barrier?
I actually think that I sold the dragon sword, but we had one. Oh no, we still got one.
Oh, cool.
Just
so
for
we
fun.
can break the barrier. Wait.
You have to go in the top.
Do you wanna use a cabin or anything? How are things looking?
Yeah, I think we might. Do you know what? Let's throw a little save down here. Item.
I'm gonna throw a save down here. Do you want to split a video?
I think we do. I'm gonna look at the map real quick.
Have a video of bumming around, and then have a video of actually going into the Earth Cave and doing stuff.
Because it looks like there might be something up a little ways here that we can maybe go visit real quick before. Because we're just a tiny bit shy of a video.
Okay. I mean, you know me. I'm okay being a little bit loosey-goosey with how the video length rules go. I know some folks like to aim for half an hour, but they will not undercut. They're just like, no, I would rather go for like 45, 50 minutes than
Oh no, it's a
go
long way around to
29.
get to it. What's this map look like? Oh, this
Bunch of
map is
pixels.
smaller than I thought.
Aw, map.
Like, it implies that this stuff's all connected, but it's,
Well, they could have made a larger map, but they wanted it to be pixel perfect. So they just put those crests on the sides and the wording at the top to sort of fill out the rest of the frame. It's like a Super Game Boy sort of situation.
Yeah. So I guess we'll have to go around to that some other time.
I also found it interesting that the canoe icon in this game, from seen vertically, it never looked like a canoe at all to me. But seen horizontally, when you're moving left to right, it looked like both guys had like cowboy hats on.
That looks like a canoe. It's like you're looking at it from water level.
Yeah, which makes no sense because this is overhead.
Well, they're all sitting. They're all four of them are sitting on one end of the canoe right now.
They're like,
so they're popping a
They're
wheelie.
attempting to pop a wheelie in a canoe.
Yeah.
Seems ill-advised.
So I guess next time we're gonna be going into the Volbano here and trying to take on the Fire Fiend. Hopefully it goes well. We didn't have to use much magic getting here, so I think we'll be pretty okay.
This seems like the pursuit of the Fiend of Fire thus far seems to have been a lot more straightforward to process than the pursuit of the Fiend of Earth.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll come across some sort of seal that requires magic
defeating a chupacabra.
Anyways, we'll see you guys next time. I'm Zerf.
I'm BoboTheVulture.
And join us for some fun fiery action.
Yeah, bye.